All right, let's jump right in. Have you ever felt like you're searching for some kind of inner wisdom? Like it's something you have to find or build from scratch? Well, what if I told you that you already have it? That a perfect, complete wisdom is active inside you right now. We're going to dive into this, because the answer is probably not what you're thinking.
So let's start with this incredible line from a really foundational text, the Avatamsaka Sutra. It makes this huge claim: every single one of us already has Tathagata wisdom, which is just a term for a perfect, inherent awareness. The text says the only reason we don't realize it is because of our delusions and attachments. But what does that actually mean? If we all have this perfect wisdom, where is it hiding?
So what is this wisdom, really? The sutra makes a few core claims that are honestly pretty mind-bending.
And let's be super clear here. This isn't some poetic metaphor. The source text is really emphatic about this. This wisdom isn't something you build up or earn over time. It's a fundamental part of who you are. It's as present and available as your own hands. It's already there, fully formed, right this second.
Okay, so this brings us to the most obvious, and yeah, the most important question. If it's right here and it's perfect, why don't I feel it? Why does my mind so often feel like a chaotic mess instead of, a beacon of perfect wisdom?
Now, you might think the answer is pretty simple, but the source dialogue we're looking at offers a much more radical and, frankly, a much more interesting explanation for why we don't feel it.
This is the idea that just makes sense, right? We imagine our perfect wisdom is like the sun. And all our problems, our delusions, our attachments, our anxieties, they're just a bunch of clouds blocking the light. So our job is to just clear the clouds away. And that's exactly what the student in the source text suggests at first.
But the master's response is simple. And it's kind of shocking. He just says, no, that is not what's happening at all. And here it is, the big reveal. Your wisdom isn't blocked. It's not covered up. Get this, it's the very engine you are using to power the things that distract you. You are literally taking the limitless energy of your own awareness and channeling it, focusing it on your attachments and delusions.
This one line from the dialogue says it all. That is your inherent, perfect wisdom. And this? Well, this is the whole tangled mess of your thoughts, your cravings, your worries. You are actively using the one to create and sustain the other. It's not a passive blockage, it's an active misuse of your own power.
Okay, so what's the solution? This is where it all becomes surprisingly simple, and it's explained perfectly with a little analogy from the text.
Imagine your wisdom is your hand, and it's holding a cup of really bitter coffee. That coffee represents all your delusions and attachments. You're so completely focused on the taste, this is so bitter, that you totally forget you even have a hand. The goal isn't to find the hand. It's right there. The goal is just to let go of the cup. The second you drop the thing you're fixated on, what's left? The hand, your wisdom. It was there the entire time.
The source uses another great analogy, driving a car. We know exactly where the brake pedal is, right? But then we see something appealing up ahead, some temporary pleasure, some little distraction, and what do? We consciously floor the accelerator to get to it. We are actively choosing to speed toward our attachments, using the very same energy that could bring us to a peaceful stop.
So let's say we actually do it. We hit the brakes, we let go of that coffee cup, and our mind becomes calm and still. Is that it? Is that the goal? Well, this is where the source text makes a fascinating and absolutely crucial distinction.
So when your mind gets really still, you can experience something the text calls fake, great mirror wisdom. And it's like a perfectly calm lake at night, reflecting the moon without a single ripple. It's clear, it's beautiful, it's serene. But it's called fake for a very specific reason.
So why call something that feels so peaceful and clear fake? I mean, what's the catch?
It's considered fake because the potential for disturbance is still lurking under the surface. The source explains that the fundamental afflictions, things like greed, anger, ignorance, they haven't actually been removed. They're just dormant. The moment a little bit of wind blows across that water, waves form, and that perfect reflection shatters into a million pieces. The piece was totally conditional.
And that brings us to the crucial difference. The fake wisdom is like still water, beautiful, but fragile and dependent on everything being perfect. True great mirror wisdom, on the other hand, is what happens when those afflictions are completely uprooted and removed. The source says you're no longer like water at all. You become like a solid diamond, indestructible, unshakable, and inherently clear. It can't be disturbed.
So at the end of the day, the big takeaway here isn't that you need to go out and find some hidden wisdom. It's that you need to recognize how you're already using it, every single day. The engine is always running. The real question this leaves us with is a personal one. Right now, in this moment, what are you choosing to power?